Hello family, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful braided headband. I was scrolling through Instagram the other day and I bumped into this particular headgear on someone and I'm like, I totally need to make this and share with my family members. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in today's video. So just in case you're interested in knowing how to make something like this for yourself or for someone you love, your daughter, your sister, your niece, or anybody like that, be sure to watch this video to the end. If you're watching this video currently and you're yet to hit the subscribe button to join us on this family, please be sure to smash the subscribe button, like this video if at the end of the day you enjoyed watching, share with your friends and family that love making stuff like this and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's get right into making this headband. Alright my love, so as usual I'll start off by showing you everything you need, so please take note of this part of the video. I already left it on the screen as well so you can take note of it and prepare yourself just in case you're planning to recreate something like this. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to cut a long strip of fabric, and for this particular portion the fabric that I'm cutting should be 3.5 inches wide, so about 9 centimeters as well. So just make sure you are measuring 3.5 inches or 9 centimeters, and it's just a long strip. For the length I've not measured the appropriate length that I'm going for, so I'm just marking 3.5 inches on this particular piece of fabric, and I'm going to join it together with a ruler just to connect the lines to each other, and then I'll be able to cut off the strips of fabric that I'm going for. So I need 3 pieces of these strips of fabric that I'm cutting because we are making a braided headband, and to form a braid you need 3 pieces to make a braid, right? I'm sure you guys already understand what I'm saying. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm cutting up the 3 pieces of fabric that I'm going to be using in order to make my braided headband. Once that is done, I'm now going to go ahead to figure out the appropriate measurements for each piece of fabric. So one piece of fabric is going to be longer than the remaining 2, so the remaining 2 fabrics are going to have the exact same measurements, and then there will be one strip that is longer, and this is the measurement right here on the screen. Feel free to take a screenshot in order to take note of the dimensions that I'm working with. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to fold the fabrics along the width now. So I'm going to fold it into 2 just as I did, and then join it together just to pipe the fabric, sort of just to form like a hole of some sort. And then next up I'm going to go ahead to turn it inside out just like I'm doing here. I'm going to turn the 3 fabrics inside out, and once I'm done with that I'm going to fold in the edges right here just as I'm doing. For this part of the video you need to just watch me as I go so you can replicate it on your own recreation of this particular headband. So I'm just going to fold the tips up for the shorter pieces of fabric now, not for the long one. For the long one we're just going to leave it like that, and then I'm going to place the 2 shorter pieces of fabric on top of each other, and then I'm going to lower the placement of these 2 pieces of fabric just a little, about 3.5 or 4 inches lower from the end of the fabric, just like I'm doing here. And I'm then going to go ahead to stitch it on each other just to give me one single piece. So the 3 pieces of fabric will now form one single piece, just like what I have here. Feel free to do your hand stitch or take it to your sewing machine. Next up I'm going to just wrap my headband, and I already went ahead to wrap my headband. I have a lot of videos where I share how to wrap a headband. If you don't know how to go about it, I'm going to link something on this screen that you can go ahead to watch just to basically educate yourself on how to wrap a headband. So once that is done with my headband, I'm going to set it aside, and then I'm now going to go ahead to fold that longer strip of fabric that the part that was left out at the point where I was joining the 3 pieces of fabric together. I'm going to fold this over just to cover up the parts that I stitched earlier. I'm going to show you guys the outcome so you guys basically get the gist of what I'm trying to tell you. Just in case my voice sounds weird, I have a cold currently, so I might sound a bit off as I'm talking to you guys, so please apologies for how I might be sounding on this particular voiceover. So now that that is done, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill up each piece of fabric that I already went ahead to pipe with fiber. And this fiber, I got it from a fiber pillow, so I had to go ahead to buy a fiber pillow to get fiber, because for some weird reason I couldn't find fiber anywhere here in Port Harcourt. But for those living outside of Port Harcourt, I really don't know where you can get fiber from, but the quickest hack I can give you is you buy a fiber pillow and then open it up just to get a bit of fiber from it. That's how I can advise you on how to get a fiber material. Okay, so now that I've filled the 3 pieces of fabric with my fiber, I'm now going to go ahead to now braid it just to give me that braided effect that you guys saw in the beginning, the intro part of this video. So that's just what I'm doing here. I'm just braiding And then once that is done, I'm now going to do a bit of sewing again just to close up everything, and then we'll just round up with this video. This particular headband is quite easy to make. It's something I made in what, less than an hour. It was very fast and pretty straight to the point, and yeah, I'm sure you guys will enjoy the process when you go ahead to replicate it for yourselves or for your clients or for your family members or whoever you choose to make something like this for. So now that I'm done, I'm going to go ahead to stitch some parts of the 3 strips of fabric that you guys are seeing here. But what I'm doing here is just to see that the braided effect is going to go around the headband. So what I'm doing now is I took a piece of one of those shorter lengths of fabric, and then I attached it to the very long piece, that's extremely long one. I attached it to it, and then I made a stitch just to join them together to form one single piece. So what I have sticking out now is 2 pieces of fabric. So next up, I'm now going to now sew the 2 pieces of fabric together to form one single piece, and then I'm now going to fold over again. It's really difficult to explain while talking, but feel free to rewind to see what I did right there, and then replicate it on yourself, just in case you still don't understand. Let me know down in the comment section, and then I'll be able to type out an explanation basically for you. So what I'm doing here is I'm just burning off the flyaways on the wrapped headband, and then I'm now just going to go ahead to glue on the braided piece of fabric that I have with me right here. And that's pretty much it for this particular look. And for those who are familiar with my channel, you know that I'm the queen of security. So after gluing on the braided piece, I still went ahead to do a bit of hand stitching just to make sure that the braided piece of fabric and fiber and all of that was properly secured to the headband. And that's pretty much it. This is the end of this process. So this is me here. I'm now going to wear my headband on myself just to show you guys how it will look when you go ahead to make something like this for yourselves. And voila, this particular headband is so freaking beautiful. I wore it out the other day and people just kept complimenting me, especially for the color. A lot of people seem to like the color of the headband. So that's pretty much it again for this particular video. I know my voice sounds very off, and it's because I've been down with a cold for a couple of days now, and that's why I sound like this. But because I just didn't want to not show up for you guys this particular Wednesday, I had to just gather strength together just to do this voiceover for you guys and then put out this content on here. Thank you guys so much for watching again. If you made it to this point in the video and are yet to be subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and join us. Like the video if you enjoyed watching. Feel free to drop your comments on video ideas that you would like me to recreate for you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys again on Sunday. Hopefully I'm feeling much better and the voiceover, my voice will sound much better than it's sounding right now. Thank you guys again for watching. I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye. Mwah.